The shoe is the most militant place on planet fucking Earth. Every day, you're gonna wake up to 3:30 in the morning. Permiso a la tira. It's gonna be the Southsiders doing the first roll call. They're calling out to their people by name, cell by cell, saying good morning. Now, on my biggest shoe term, the 14-month one, I had a fucking, I would always hear the main Southsider, Casper. I would hear the shot caller for the back. I would hear him calling out to his people, and he had the savagest voice. He would just say, Diaz, like good morning to everybody. And his voice was so deep and so crazy, it was just demonic. And this is at 3:30 in the morning every morning. In your cold-ass, dark-ass fucking cell in the shoe. Now, this shit was just a life-changing experience because I didn't see who Casper, what he looked like for 8 months. Then when I finally saw him, I was shocked. He was fucking white. But then I thought about it, and Casper fit. You know, the homies make their names fit the way they look. They're always good at that shit. But after the homie roll call is when the white boys do their roll call. We call out to our people. We say good morning. We give the notification that we're up and we're programming, because you have to be up programming even if that cell fucking door ain't opening. Next, you'll go take your showers around 3:34. At some places, depending on what tier you're on, you're either going early shower or later shower. At this time, I was on the bottom tier, and they would switch off morning, night, whatever. So then you would have your breakfast. You start getting ready for yard. Every fucking time you go out to yard in the shoe, you're bringing something you shouldn't be bringing. You're hooping something. I tell my cellie, hey, gangster that shit. We call it gangstering that shit when you hoop that shit. So he's always bringing something out, always got a kite, always strapped, always got something, always got heat on him. And he's always playing sleight of hand with the cops when they're stripping us out. Because you're coming out your cell and you're in the shoe, you always have to cuff up through the tray slot. So you walk backwards up to the shit. First you strip out, you show them your butthole, you show them everything, they make sure you ain't got shit on you, and then they cuff you up, your hands through the tray slot. Now this is when the sleight of hand comes into play. You pick up something you shouldn't have after you stripped out, and then your cellie is now about to strip out, show them his fucking butthole, and then he's gonna get ready to go to yard 2. We would usually bring a braided rope out with us to do pull-ups in the corner of the cage, and we would be doing shitloads of burpees out on the yard. We would fucking always be so military and fucking so fucking just straight militant that when it's called the hard and soft count. So when I'm doing my burpees, I'm going 1, 2, 3, and then my cellie's got the hard count. 1, 1, 2, 3. My cellie's got the hard count. 2, and we're going up. By the time we get to 23, that's our number. We always yell out, supreme white power. I'm not the racist motherfucker. This is how it is in prison. I'm not racist at all. You get down with your people. I'm fucking telling you, this is how it is. You're not going against it. Done. We're done with that shit. No more racist shit. This is how prison is. Understand the California prison system. Understand who people are when they're in there. And that's how it is. You're not going to fucking against it. I've seen some of the craziest fucking shit in the shoe, and one of the craziest shits I've ever fucking seen was when we had just went out to yard. We come back, and one of the blacks who never goes out to yard, he's been in there 4 fucking years, Boo Boo from Compton. He fucking gassed this bitch, Miss Miller, this CO. I don't like that word, bitch, my bad. But anyways, he gassed Miss Miller. He had a bunch of shit and piss in a bag, and when she came in up to the tray side, he squirted it in her face and shit. That was one of the sickest things I seen, because they took him out the cell and they beat the motherfucking shit out this fool. You gas a cop, you better believe you're catching 4 to 5 years, and you're getting your shit beat in you, especially if you fuck with one of their female COs. Man, that motherfucker had balls. He was pissed. He'd been in the back for a long time. He didn't give a motherfuck, you know? And then my neighbor, I've shared this story before, but I'm going to share it again because everybody who was here knows this is the craziest story they ever heard in the shoe. And it was motherfucking guilty from EMF when he slipped his motherfucking cuffs. He put that shit around his fist like brass knuckles, and he lit the fuck up out of these 2 cops while they were taking him to the shower. He slipped his cuffs, just blah, 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 just starts lighting them up, lacerating the shit out of their faces. And then he grabs their spray when they're knocked out on the ground, just starts soaking their faces. Psh, psh, We're hitting the doors. Everyone's hitting the fuck out of the doors. The place is lit the fuck up. Everyone's going crazy. He's lighting the building up with the spray. And he's holding it by the top of the can. And the tip breaks off because he's not bracing the bottom. This is a heavy-ass can. And then he just starts dumping it on the cop's head. He binks that motherfucker off the cop's head. Dink! Just fucking, boom, fucking. They come in 10 deep. They beat the fuck out this fool. They took him back to the BMU where I was just at. And we didn't see him for at least like 3-4 weeks. When he finally came back, this fool, they treated this fool like Hannibal Lecter, man. They always had to, everywhere he got escorted, he needed a camera on him. He needed 2 officers and a lieutenant or a sergeant. Someone with stripes had to be on him too. And they had to make sure that fucking he was watched at all times because he could slip his fucking cuffs. So, I mean, this motherfucker, I mean, it was 2 weeks after that when they hit his pack because they kept fucking with him. And he told him, he said, keep fucking with me. Little ass kid. He was there for murder. He domed a fucking Asian liquor store owner right on camera, looking at the camera. He was looking at the camera and just went, bah! Just fucking kill this motherfucker. So, I mean, you're dealing with some fucking nutcases. But the worst part is they got feeling. I've said it before. Motherfuckers out there think that people don't have a conscience. The problem is everybody has a conscience. Sometimes we're just too far removed from thinking we can come back to life, thinking we can undo this karma. So we get caught up in the negativity and we just wash our life up. Don't fucking do that. You can come back. I'm one of the worst motherfuckers growing up my whole life. The worst. And I came back and I got a second chance. I let all that negative karma go and my life's fucking going awesome because I'm coming out here with the true selfless intention of helping motherfuckers avoid all that pain I felt. Now in the fucking shoe, it's always a problem. We're just trying to tat, and the cops know we're tatting, so they go in to get our shit. I actually had to go to medical one time to get my wisdom teeth pulled while I was in the shoe. And while they're walking me out there, I got shackles on my ankles, and I just started getting my legs blasted. Now the scabs that I had around my ankles, because we're using shitty-ass guns, and these motherfuckers are just fucking causing scabs on your ankles, and the tats are fucking you up. So I got these shackles around my ankles, and they're just ripping my tats off as I'm walking to medical. It's a far walk from the shoe to medical. So I'm walking a long time. I'm shackled up. I got my wrist shit on and my ankle shackles, and they're rubbing my fucking new ankle tats raw as fuck. And we get there, and they're like, and I noticed that I'm bleeding like a motherfucker already when we're halfway there. And we get there and they're like, dude, like, you're bleeding like a motherfucker. Like, you just got a fresh tat? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a fuck? So they go back and hit my house. Now, this is the problem. This CO chick, Miller, she had it against all of us back there. She just didn't like any convicts. She's one of those ones with a chip on her shoulder. She didn't want to see us do good. She acted like she got stabbed from my tattoo needle when she was searching my house. So now she's trying to say it's a fucking assault and she got something from it. And my cellie's a fucking jokester. He's doing a gang of time. He's doing 17. And he just caught another case. He's on his way to Calipat. But he fucking just starts coughing. He's like, my hep C's flaring up. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Miller. I know you got that shit. She was so fucking pissed. But I mean, I'm just trying to tell you, you're dealing with some fucking cats that don't give a shit about what would break your little heart. This shit will break you. The shoe's meant to break you, and it doesn't break them. They get used to it. They adjust. There was a time we were fishing, and actually my cellie and the other white boys were fishing some dope. They had some black in a rig in an envelope, and they were fishing it from cell to cell. Fishing means when you have a shoelace from cell to cell, and you throw like anything, you make anything heavy, and you slide it from under your door all the way across the building under the other cat's door. And if you don't make it, he slides out and gets you, and he pulls you in. Now you attach some contraband and you pull it back. Now he was pulling back the dope. It was like a 50 paper with some heroin in a rig, and he pulled it too quick, and the wind blew the envelope, and it smacked against the wall, and the cop fucking grabbed that shit. Now he comes up to the window and he's like, hey man, and he's fucking gouged out. That means he's on heroin. He's just all, oh. And he's all, hey, give me my mail. I need my mail. And then the motherfucking cop looks in it. He's all, oh, you need your mail? Yeah, whatever the fuck. It was a rig and some dope. Now they took us all out of our cells and they threw us in the locked showers in the shoe. The showers got locks on them and cages. So they threw us in the locked showers, and then we fucking had to sit in there for 3 fucking days. In these wet ass, gross ass showers. We sat in there for 3 days because they were trying to get somebody to snitch. There was a real youngster, James from IE, and they thought he would crack, you know, and we just kept him strong. We're like, hey, fool, you're gonna be good. Like, this ain't shit. We're all here together. Don't trip. You know, we got you. Just fucking ride through this, and I got you when we get out, you know. Now, the shoe is just always grimy shit. I happen to be in the shoe on the last fucking big-ass hunger strike. And if the shoe ain't already bad enough, be there on a fucking hunger strike, man. People are always asking, like I said in the last video, how do fools in prison stay in shape? We work out all the time. We don't eat shit. So if you want to get somewhere in life, just start taking shit away. I always preach to take shit the fuck away. If you want to get to know yourself, take shit away. If you want to get somewhere physically, take shit away. It's nothing you're going to fucking add to your life that's going to make you stronger. So, I mean, you know, I was back there on the last hunger strike in the shoe and we couldn't eat. But luckily I was stacked up at the time. The cops weren't even tripping. Usually in the shoe, they put all your shit in brown paper bags. And at this time, the cops weren't tripping. We were fucking, everything was good. They were allowing us some more canteen that we usually should have in our cells. So we were eating. They weren't too fucking crazy about the hunger strike. They filmed us all and they gave us all charges for fucking, for being part of a hunger strike. So we all got 115s for being part of that hunger strike. Now, like, the hunger strike in the pen, if a motherfucker acts like there's fools who try to go against that shit, you know? They'll be like, oh, no, dude, fuck that. Like, they're already getting gay about it. Like, what happens if I eat? I said, motherfucker, you better not, man. You better not. We're telling you you're not eating. I'll shoot you a soup and some beans every day, and that's all you get. You'll be fine. But I mean, these are the fucking times that really make you enjoy life. If you want to really get to knowing your life, knowing yourself, and enjoying life, like I said, take shit away. Like I said, watch how good that fucking plain-ass bologna sandwich tastes after you've been on a hunger strike for 10 days. I mean, this is going to do something to you mentally that you'll keep for you the rest of your life. Them pancakes are going to be pretty fucking good when you get them. But main fucking aspect of it is the shoe is the most militant place. It's the most savage. You're going to be living structure 24/7. We're going to make sure you're up at 3:30. You're going to work out every day, even when that door don't open on the weekends, because you only get yard Monday through Friday. Even if they don't run yard, which sometimes they'll fuck with you in the shoe. They ain't running yard. Sometimes you don't even want to fucking go out because it's $110 in them cages, $120. And you're like, fuck that shit. I hope they don't run it. But anyways, if they don't run it, you're still working out. And if they do run it, you're going out with your boys. We're running in them 10 sets of 88 burpees. I'm going to do 88. You're going to do 88. I'm going to do 88. You're going to do 88. We're going to do that till we hit 888 burpees. 88 meaning HH, Hail Hitler. This is the fucking shit. It's not my fucking choice. I'll tell you again, I'm not racist. It's the epitome of ignorance. But in the pen, you're not gonna change these fucking things. I hate when people drop it in the comments. They're so badass. They don't believe in this. I don't even know how it could be like that. Why don't you change it, Wes? Why doesn't it change? Shut the fuck up, dude. It's not gonna change, okay? Live with this shit. Don't go to the pen. If you ain't tough enough, turn your life around. Because guess what? You ain't tough enough. I wasn't tough enough. I had to force myself to be tough enough. And all that was 10 years of tears. 10 years of pain. 10 years of missing everyone that I didn't see one fucking time. Straighten your motherfucking life out.